to take shelter with this storm, besides the fact, regardless if there's a tornado warning or not. So we'll zoom in, and here's the radar. And again, right around Leonardtown, that is the area that has probably the best chance of strong winds. We haven't seen many winds with these storms. They've been a little bit low in terms of the winds. We're looking at winds, again, maybe 50, maybe 60 miles per hour. We'll kind of zoom in a little bit and talk about exactly where this storm is. It's going to be across the bay here shortly, okay? So again, tornado warning in effect for Calvert County, St. Mary's County till 8:15. If you're in Leonardtown, Hollywood, Solomons, you're inside the tornado warning, so I would take a shelter. Valley Lee, you're not, but you know what? You're in a severe thunderstorm warning. So this is a very strong storm. We've been watching this for the past couple of hours. A lot of lightning, wind gust of 50, maybe 60, rainfall rates over 1.8 inches per hour. Wouldn't be surprised to see this turn into a flood warning before too long. Again, tornado warning for Calvert and St. Mary's County, sort of southern Calvert and sort of middle St. Mary's County, if you will. We'll kind of zoom in. We can zoom in a little bit more here, but I don't want to get too tight. The good news is we're looking at, everybody should be home now. You can, take cover. Again, basement if you have one. I know a lot of you folks don't have basements in Southern Maryland, so interior room. If you are watching and you know someone lives in this area around Fairgrounds Road, so that's just east of 5, north of Redgate, over toward Indian Bridge Road, you are in a tornado warning. Send someone a DM, call them, let them know what's going on, because it goes until 8:15. And around it, again, is a severe thunderstorm warning. So even around the tornado warning, we've got severe weather down to Valley Lee, north of Hollywood. So even though you're not in the tornado warning, there's still some pretty heavy weather across most of Calvert County and also St. Mary's County, but particularly Leonardtown and Solomons. That's where I would sort of take refuge. Again, interior room, away from windows, interior room, hallway, bathroom, your best bet in terms of this particular storm. It's going to move across the bay here shortly and go across into the Delmarva. We've seen a tremendous amount of severe thunderstorm warnings for the Delmarva pretty much all afternoon. They got hit with our first wave, we got hit 3 and 4 o'clock, and then they get with the second wave, and now this is just going to move right across the bay. I don't see anything that's going to really change that. In terms of rotation, we're not seeing a lot across parts of the area. We're just seeing a little bit around Solomons. It's not, we want to see a couplet. We want to see the green and the red kind of go together, which means things are rotating. They're getting different directions from the radar site. I mean, I see a little here. I don't see a lot, to be honest with you. I would still take cover if you're around Solomons, certainly, and call someone if you know someone who lives in this area, because it's still a pretty hefty little storm. There's no doubt about that. I mean, if I had to track this, I would say it's going to move off to the east pretty quickly. We'll track where we think the highest winds are, just around Solomons, and then kind of bring it across toward Taylor's Island. It is headed that way. So it's headed toward Taylor's Island, headed toward Pax River. Solomons about 7:59, so it's already there. Cove Point, 8:10. Maybe Taylor's Island at 8:28. At the very least, this is going to have winds 50 to 60 miles per hour, whether or not it has any rotation or not. So Taylor's Island, Crossroads, 8:37. And I think it's going to hold together as it crosses the bay. I don't think there's any chance of it weakening much. And again, it's a pretty big storm. We'll zoom back out. I mean, Southern Maryland, ironically, you're not under a flood watch. I think you're going to see some flood warnings. You have been under the severe thunderstorm watch, which, by the way, they've trimmed back several times. They've also trimmed the flood watch back too. But this is what we're most concerned about. Leonardtown to Solomons, that's a tornado warning, 8:15. It is radar indicated between Calvert and St. Mary's. And then around that, you have the severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to just query something real quickly on my phone here. And, I'm picking up winds 45, down near Lusby, Ranch Estates, maybe 50-mile-per-hour winds. Lusby, I'm not getting a lot. I don't see a bunch of rotation. I mean, you're seeing 40-mile-per-hour winds, Chesapeake, Ranch Estates, down around California. I got 40-mile-per-hour winds. So, I mean, it's a pretty big storm. Certainly no reports of anything on the ground yet, but we're gonna stay with you here until 8:15, until they drop it. My hunch is they're gonna probably drop this and just leave this as a severe thunderstorm warning. And there are a ton of warnings across, enveloping this. So you have a severe thunderstorm warning north of it, south of it, east of it, and then also for our friends over toward the northern neck, another warning there. And notice we also have a flood warning down toward Ladysmith. So again, this is putting down rainfall rates 1 to 2 inches per hour. No doubt that we're going to see some street flooding. Are we going to see flash flooding, enough for a flash flood warning? We'll see. It's certainly possible. We're going to go back out here. In terms of the rest of us, we still have some rain across the metro, but you see more severe weather down toward Richmond. And this is going to migrate, too, over into southern Maryland in the next couple of hours. But right now, that is the tornado warning, and that is for St. Mary's County and Calvert County. Pretty intense. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so now what we've seen is they've taken it down, and I think that's reasonable. Yeah. So they've taken that down and made it just a severe thunderstorm warning, which I agree with. I think that makes sense. I didn't see any rotation. Yeah, you're going to still have winds, okay? I mean, you're still looking at winds in this area of 40 to 50 miles per hour, maybe 60. So good news, tornado warning is taken down. The bad news is you are still under severe thunderstorm warnings for Calvert and St. Mary's County until 8:30. So I would, still take heed, still take precautions, stay away from windows. Even a 50-mile-per-hour wind can cause some problems. And also a severe thunderstorm warning down to the south there toward Ladysmith. And this is going to move across into the bay. Here are all the storm reports. We've had numerous trees down again. Wind's not crazy strong, though. Highest wind gust national was 40. So this is what I mean. They've trimmed back the severe thunderstorm watch. It just includes southern Maryland, and that goes until 9 o'clock. And in terms of the warnings, there are the warnings into southern Maryland. Those are yellow. That means that's a severe thunderstorm warning, not a tornado warning. Everybody else, north and west, is fine. We are going to have some residual showers through 9 o'clock tonight, but still, even at 9 o'clock, some big storms possible into southern Maryland. 10:30, heaviest activity, Charles County back across toward Fredericksburg with just some light showers. And by 1 o'clock in the morning, we're looking at light showers east of 95. By morning, though, some light showers possible to either side of 95. We will talk more about that tonight at 11. If for some reason another tornado warning is issued, we'll be right back on. But for now, I'm meteorologist Topper Shutt.